surely feels real now. We're right there, and the build up to it. Obviously, look at this right now today; it's amazing. But the team is excited. We are all living the dream right now of having the World Cup, and stepping onto the field, we transform that into business and pure joy to represent the country. And so the team is happy at the moment, very focused as well, and we're going to focus on the white lines, what happens inside them.
As Maxime Crepeau, the starting goalkeeper for Canada, quite rightly points out, it is starting to feel very real. We are in the week leading up to Canada's opening World Cup game on Friday against Bosnia-Herzegovina at Toronto Stadium. And as Maxime Crepeau said here, this is the practice facility. This is where they got the police escort in today. Hundreds of school kids here to guide them to get autographs. A fantastic scene. Okay, some of the news of the day that you need to know. Very crucially, Ali Ahmed, Jacob Schaffelberg, both back in full training. We saw it, and they look really good in some of the attacking drills as well. Modified was Moise Bombito. More from him in a second. And in return to play, Alphonso Davies, not doing a lot of ball work, so we'll keep an eye on him. Still no update from everybody here at Canada Soccer for Friday's match. And also Ralph Priso, who was in the battle to try and maybe replace Moise Bombito or even Marcelo Flores, feeling something a little bit in his hamstring again, so keep an eye on that. Wasn't in full training today. They're hopeful of getting him back there this week as he tries to get in that roster, which could be announced as early as Thursday. No update, by the way, on the roster, but we did have an update from Jesse Marsh, who officially has still not declared Moise Bombito as out of the tournament.
Yeah, Moise, we're just going to go day by day. I thought he looked really good today, so that was a positive development for him.
This is what they call match day -4, and their opponents are already in the city. That's right, the Bosnians are here, and they trained in Toronto on Monday as well. And a lot of the emphasis is now on game one and the Bosnians and the way that they play. Alistair Johnston and Jesse Marsh answered that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys saw too much of it there, but it was a lot based on that, is understanding what their wingers are all about. They're about cutting inside, putting balls into the box. I've got Edin Dzeko, who, he was one of the players that I watched growing up, and he's still going at a really high level. So, look, they've got a lot of quality up there. They're big. We understand that. They want to play for a bit of chaos in the box and pick up second balls. Look, we played against teams that are not dissimilar to that, and it's about moving your feet, and as Max touched on, defending with 11, is that you're going to need your wingers to come back and do a job. You're going to need your 10s, even your number 9 potentially to come back and help out, and that's something that I think that we've, again, continued to chip away at. It's not something that maybe comes naturally to us in terms of that mentality, but it's something that we're trying to continue to build on and be really just difficult to play against. That's really been our mentality and kind of our motto for this summer, is that we want to be the hardest team in the world to play against. And I think that that's something that's actually very achievable for us based on our athleticism and our mentality where we're getting towards. So that's going to kind of be the idea for the summer.
Well, Bosnia scores a lot from crosses and from set pieces, right? So we wanted to work on some of our defensive aerial responsibilities and crossing situations. They're very big, and so we even know on set pieces that they're very dangerous. So that was the emphasis today, was working on how we defend them and how we transition when we win the ball. So I thought it was an effective training session. Yeah, we had a lot of actions around the goal, so we're going to score more goals, so I don't have to put up with any more stupid questions from you guys.
Another key observation from training was finishing drills. About 30 minutes at the end spent with real intensity on how to score goals and finish, in particular around the strikers, midfielders, and wingers. A lot of the drills with Mauro Biello, obviously a great goal scorer himself, the assistant coach, and Jesse Marsh, was focusing around allowing the ball just to drift past you a little bit on the turn and then finish into the goal with the one-touch finish. So keep an eye on that as well, something that they obviously are very aware of that they need to improve on. Obviously, Kyle Larin, no goal in 13 internationals. Jonathan David, no goals from open play in 10. They're looking to score more goals from open play in the World Cup. One player that really stood out in that drill for me was Ismail Kone. Now, he's got goals maybe 1 in every 10 in his career for both club and country, and can probably, in fact, get better at that. And I asked Jesse Marsh about his ability to score more goals and bring more assists.
Yeah, we want Ismail. Look, I think there's more goals and assists. So we want him to be a bigger part of final plays, getting in the box. You saw if you watched some of the finishing today, Ismail was putting him in the upper corner and burying a lot of chances. So yeah, we need to get him more looks, no doubt.
That's it for Monday, June 8th, match day -4. Canada head back down to their hotel on Monday before a rally at Canada Soccer House on Monday night. We'll be back here at training at Toronto FC's training facility on Tuesday morning, 3 days away from the opening game of the World Cup.